What's going on, boys and girls? I still don't have my oven or my stovetop back yet, but you gotta cook when you gotta cook. So I'm gonna be frying some chicken in my Big Boss Airless Fryer. And we're not gonna do the fried chicken the traditional way. We're gonna actually cook it without breading, but the breading that we are gonna use is gonna be pork rinds as the breading, and we're going to have an egg wash, and we're going to have a bunch of seasonings in there. So just watch it with me and learn something while you're doing it. All right, these are our ingredients. Now, you don't have to do your chicken like this. I marinated my chicken first. I used about 3 tablespoons of salt, a bunch of seasonings like oregano and dill and mustard. Also a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Let it sit in there for about 24 hours. We got our egg wash back there. We got some garlic pepper, some oregano to go in our skins, pork skins, dill weed, mustard, ground pepper. Now, you don't have to use those exact ingredients, just however you want it to taste, what kind of things you like, that's what you want to use. And these are just our jumbo size party fried skins. And again, they're just regular skins. If you look at the ingredients, it just says skins on the bag. So I usually make my own pork skins. And so I don't have to worry about using somebody else's, but these are some that I kind of just wanted to use. And again, what makes the difference with this right here, your chicken comes out a little bit more tender when you put it in a brine. It's not really a marinade, it's more of a brine. So, but I guess it could be called a marinade as well. All right, we're just gonna start by pulsing some of these skins down. We're not going to go through this whole process. Get them down so they're nice and briny. Real easy. So it's going to take a little while to do that. Okay, now we've got it all ground up right here. And that did that whole bag. That whole bag is about 2,000 calories. But if you think about the amount of oil that you use and the amount of this that's going to go on each piece of chicken, it kind of works out about the same. And these are kind of healthy calories. They don't have any carbs in it. You're not dealing with the carbs. And we've got our spices I was telling you about. We got about a tablespoon of each one of those. We're going to put that in there. Again, it sounds like a lot, but I've done this before, and this oil in here in the actual pork rinds will absorb a lot of that, but it smells delicious. So you're just gonna stir it up real thoroughly in there. Probably didn't have to do the whole bag, but again, if you have some left, you can probably freeze it. I don't think it freezes very well though. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our chicken and going to dip it in the egg wash. And then we're going to dip it in pork rind. Well, it's not a wash, but the pork rind dredge. See how that looks? It looks nice and dredged. And we're going to put each individual piece over there. Now, sometimes what you have to do is sprinkle a little bit more on it. That's the only thing that makes it kind of messy. All right, it was a messy job to do this with the dredge and everything, but look what it looks like. It looks real good here. So now it's in the Big Boss. You guys have seen me cook with the Big Boss before. We're gonna put it in there on the top shelf. Going to set our temperature. It says to set it for 375. My experience is to set it for a little bit higher and a little bit longer. So it says 375 degrees for 35 minutes, and I usually go about 40 minutes, but I check it at about 35. So we're going to turn it on, and that light's going to come on, and then we're going to come back and check on that in just a few minutes, and we're going to have some good old pork skin fried chicken. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We're gonna check and see what it looks like. Some of it may be overcooked here, but now I didn't cook it for the total 40 minutes. Let's just check the temperature here. Well, let's check the burnt one. That ought to be done, surely. You want it to be about 160, and it's 179, so they're done. So really, I should have kept it at the same temperature, guys. Should have kept it at the same temperature. What's this one at? 195. So it's kind of overdone, which means it's probably going to be good. 198. That was 201. Jesus Christ. Well, we're going to see what it tastes like. That's the true test. All righty, we got us another batch in there. This time we're going to stick with the plan and keep it at the right time. What the Big Boss says. We're still going to go taste what we made before. We're going to put this on 375, and we're going to set the timer for 35 minutes. Instead of being a smart butt, well, that's about 37 minutes. But I came and checked on it a little while ago, guys, and it had a little bit of a burnt on it then, and that's when I should have turned the temperature down. And I did turn it down a little bit. I didn't show it on camera, but I did. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to taste what we call burnt, which sometimes, I've burned it like this and it still tastes good, but we're going to taste it and see what it tastes like. Even the burnt piece is good. It's very hot. Could use a little bit more salt. No pink. Looks good all the way through. See that? The only thing, like on the back, it sticks. But the rest of it's got a nice little crunch to it. Could use a little bit more salt. So I know the other batch that I made is going to taste delicious. So this came out pretty good. Even the part that's a little bit scorched, as long as it's done, So again, stick with this particular type of chicken. Stick with the instructions on the Big Boss, and don't play around with it. I've cooked some bigger pieces before, and they didn't cook all the way through. This actually cooked all the way through, and I think it cooked all the way through because I started it off on 400, and then I lowered the temperature to make it to maybe seal in the flavor or the temperature. So still use your air fryer, whether you use Big Boss, whether you use some of the other ones that they have out there. It's still a healthier way of frying chicken than dousing it in grease. I still like the grease as well too, but this is good. We'll catch you guys on the get-go.